What occurred in today's 9% decline in AMC stock? When will we bottom? And should you purchase positions? If you're ready, talk about the market today. Like and subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts, queries, or worries. Down talk about AMC and another interesting stock I own in the comment section below. The 9% decline in AMC stock is easy enough for anyone to understand. Everything was going well for AMC Entertainment, including the one negative comment Adamian made during the earnings call regarding the strike and how it might impact MC in 2024. 2 hours after the call ended, we received a resolution from the strike, and the strike ended. Having said that, the following morning the AMC essentially stated the shares of AMC will sell, which is fantastic news since you were at $1.75 per share at the bottom of 2023 and are currently at $7.94. I believe the downside has been exhausted. I'm not a financial advisor or planner, so you can go on. It's plausible in our markets, but the majority of the loss was undoubtedly caused by that news. Are AMC's profits noteworthy? Does this dilution you factored in today restore earnings momentum? If you look ahead with TLT up 33%, yields are declining. Oil saw a negative increase of 2.29%. The DA increased by 0.29%. Eric Wall, an analyst at Riley Securities, projects that AMC Entertainment will increase its earnings from 3 cents to 4 cents per share in the second quarter of 2024. B. Riley aims for $15 and gives the company a neutral rating. It is anticipated that AMC Entertainment will make $223 less per share for the entire year. Riley also issued estimates for AMC Entertainment's Q2 2025 earnings at 13 of EPS. And it goes on to talk about the actual revenue and in the fact that Croup dropped their price target from $1,524.75 and set a sell rating on the stock. I'll tell you right now, the solution. It's one thing to dilute shareholders. It's another thing to be able to continue to dilute shareholders. So that's probably going to put pressure on the stock as far as an analyst basis. People are not going to want to come raise their price targets. We know, hey, we can expect more dilution. So that is obviously a problem as of right now. But here soon it should get to the point where it doesn't even make sense to dilute MC anymore. You had a net profit of $12 million, which is not a lot in the grand scope SC things. But AMC is now profitable for the second quarter in a row. That's obviously better than losing a $100 million a quarter or whatever the fictitious number is that AMC was losing in the past. So, it definitely could be worse on a fundamental basis. The fundamentals actually look intact. It's just this dang dilution, man. I didn't expect dilution till we were in the high teens or low 20s. Please let me know your thoughts on this current round, as neither Adam Aaron nor AMC watch these videos or keep up with the community. Down with 67% open interest compared to 33% on the put side. Options are bearish on the call side today and expire on Friday. Call and put volume today are 39% and 61%, respectively, indicating a shift in the options market's trend on Friday. Open interest 36.85 per put, 63% calls. It makes sense to be pessimistic on Friday based on AMC stock statistics. CoStar increased by at least 0.35% and at most 14.39%. The official short interest report just came out showing 18.52% from the last exchange, putting you at 9.37%. The cost bar average was at 1.42%. 42% in the short interest offer float was up today at 99.65%. 166.25 million is a short fraction of free flow, which includes 0.87 to 19.09 million borrowed short sold shares, with short score of 56.92 out of 100 and a 17.38% utilization rate of 35.8%. It appears squeezable with a larger short interest and dollar amount sold short days to cover. Owns SoFi, PayPal. Perhaps Mike has reconnected. I own Tesla, ABI, Snapchat, Crow, DraftKings, and more. AMC is one of the several red names in my portfolio today. The state of the market is not good right now. By 2024, you ought to be prepared to make money if that turns around. If you own small me stocks such as Tesla or AMC, Sophia, Fubo, PayPal. Those, in my opinion, will be your top performers in 2024. And it's unlikely that major tech will be around again in that year. Now, let's take a look at this week's option activity and quickly glance at next week. Though things don't look good for next week, there is a chance that there will be a reversal to make that upward move. And there's a lot of dry powder on the sideline. So you have roughly a 000 calls in the money right now. Puts in the money expiring today are around 53,000. Puts out the money expiring today 1,700. There's a lot of potential for a bullish week next week. So that is something to think about as well. The meantime, the stock that I want to talk about with you guys briefly before we wrap up this video is Wish. I made an earnings trade on this stock, and there is some news coming out that is actually interesting. So some people are getting more bullish and some people are getting less bullish. 106,000 calls that are currently out of the money puts at 3,741. Out of the money puts at 36,000 UBS modifies the desired pricing since the stock is down 25%. The analyst effect is positive for investors. A neutral rating was maintained while the target price was raised from $6.50 to $44.90. The Citigroup raised the rating to neutral, but you want Loop Capital. A buyout, new CEO, board debt repayment, or refinancing may protect shareholder value, but a short squeeze is possible. I suppose this trade is based on my December call, which is $8 and way out of the money. They cost $4 or $3 each, and I have 40 of them. It's a $100 trade, and I'm thinking either I lose everything, which is 98% likely, or the stock climbs to $10 and you gain $8 or $10,000. Because of its high risk-to-reward ratio and minimal investment, I prefer the trade. A higher gain would surprise me, but a Santa Claus rally, a more gloomy Fed before the end of the year, and economic data slowing would be welcome. I spend $1,100 and far off the money options because I think this trade should go that way. Note that this is a modest company with a $100 million market size and $5 stock price. Technically, it doesn't take much volume to move the name due to its tiny float. It is intriguing, but you have 5.09 days to cover. I value 3.42 million loans sold short shares. 6.32 million shares are loaned, about twice as many as are shorted. This may explain why the stock is down 25%. The cost to borrow is 1.89%. Utilization is 79.9%, and short score is 79.6 out of 100. Again, look at the option activity, which is bad. You went up 25% after earnings a few days ago. So I'm already gained 100% on that trade, but I don't want to sell out. It's like $100. You rook your 50-day moving average, your 8-day moving average, and you've kind of been trading downwards the last 2 days, which is not surprising. Look at the broader markets. If you can start to get some buyers come in this little demand zone, that would be a great sign for an upward move higher. It's no surprise the stock has fallen the last 2 days. The RSI hit 70 and got rejected. It's typically what does happen now. Sometimes when you hit 70 and get rejected, you kind of get rejected a couple times. You go up, you go down, and then you get that big move higher. And we still don't know what the strategic alternative or options are that they talked about on the earnings call.